Okay, so this is my second video. Yesterday I did one that didn't really make sense, but I'm trying to make. I was thinking of different ideas to talk about, you know. So right now I'm going through heartbreak, or breakup. Sorry, not heart. Well, both. Breakup. The broke my heart in many pieces, and the first week it was excruciating. I could not believe it. I was still kind of in denial, especially because I work with that person and I would see that person, and he would say things like, I love you, don't take it, it wasn't your fault, you're very special, you're a strong woman, I just can't help it, I love you, but I also love this person. And it got very confusing, because my first thought was, okay, you love me, you say all these things about me, you left her to be with me, but now you're going back. So, that was a rough week. But at the same time, it was kind of okay because I saw him. And then the following week, I didn't see him. I took the whole week off. I was depressed. I just slept all day. I didn't want to wake up. I was tired. My parents, people would talk to me, and I would just not listen. I was just kind of like lost. And I kept wondering, going back and forth, he loves me, he says he loves me, it's okay, right? But the truth is that he doesn't love me. He's selfish. He wish he could have 2 women in his life. But neither of us are willing to share him. So, he ended up choosing her. Fine, I'm kind of over it by now. But, just that constant hearing that I fucking love you. It was painful. It was very painful. And it made me do stupid, immature things that honestly I kind of regret. I regretted just the way I did it, but I don't regret it because it gave me a little breather. It kept him away from me because it got him angry. And in that window of time, I woke up. I got out of my shell. I talked to my family, told them everything, right? I told them from day one what happened till the last day. And I also told them what I did. And of course they told me that I was immature, that I was being toxic, that I was addicted to a toxic relationship that it wasn't going to take me nowhere. And they're right. They were very right. Because, the first month, it was great. It was a lot of, I love you, and like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't meet you before. We just get along so well, blah, blah, blah. It was what I needed at the time. And I'm pretty sure that's what he needed at the time. So then I lost myself. I do that all the time. So then I after talking to my parents, I realized these things, right? Oh, yes. So, the first month was great. And then I started noticing these patterns that he had. That for a person his age, I was kind of like, really? Aren't you kind of old to do these things? But, I'm not here to judge. I wasn't judging, but it was bothersome at some point. It was kind of like, come on. Like, really? So, I was very honest from the beginning. I told him, I don't like this, and that. I just say, don't do it in front of me. I did say, if it's, or limit it, or, just bad habits. So, when that wasn't changing, because, he felt like I was trying to change him. And I was like, I wasn't trying to change anything about him. I thought he was perfect. It was just those bad habits that I was kind of like, it's for your own good. But you don't want to change it. And that was my mistake. That I was willing to close my eyes, let it bother me, and just kind of accept it. That was my first mistake. Knowing that it was already bad from the beginning, just the way we met and everything. But I was so blinded by this like sweet talk that he used, and the way he talked to me and like touched me, and just made me feel, he really did make me feel the most beautiful woman in the world. And coming from someone that has low self-esteem, that was huge. So I wasn't willing to let go of that. I was like, well, shit, I already had bad relationships, let's fight for something good. Because I thought it was good. I thought it was good for me, but, it wasn't. And I also knew that it wasn't good for me. I was just hoping that I was wrong. That was my second mistake. To hope that I was wrong, that I was just making things up on my head, that things were actually okay, but having this borderline personality / depression, I make up a lot of shit up in my head. So I was fighting with my own brain, trying really, really hard to make it okay, but it wasn't okay. It wasn't okay at all. I don't doubt that he loves me. He might have some love for me just because I'm pretty awesome, but I don't think he loves me, and that's okay. Not everyone is for everyone. Not everyone's gonna like me. Not everyone's going to think I'm cool. Not everyone's gonna think I'm the smartest cookie in the jar. It's okay. But it felt great for a second. It really did. And I need to focus on the good and the bad. I need to focus on the bad because, otherwise I'm gonna be, what's the word? Like hurting myself, thinking over and over and over and over, but it was so good, he loves me, I love him, things can work out, if he really wants to. And they're like, no, stupid, he doesn't want to work things with you. You're not the one, you're not his one. And I need to remember that. I need to remember that he had no future whatsoever. He had nothing to provide to me. His problems would have become my problems. And at the end of the day, I would have lost more than he did. honestly. And I would have put my true happiness aside for him, because in my head I thought I was happy, but you know, I really wasn't, because it was very stressful. It was a very stressful situation. I just tried to ignore it. The third mistake I made was having, in a way, pity. I don't know how to say it, for him. Just because, he didn't have a place to live, and he, I've been homeless, so I didn't want him to be homeless. I was like, oh my God, I can't do that. I can't allow him to be homeless. It's not okay. I got scared. I got scared for him, and that was my mistake. It wasn't my problem. It really wasn't. He made a choice at the time that involved me, yes, but I didn't force him to make the choice. He made it on his own. So, this whole time that he's kind of living with me, right? Because, he really doesn't have a place to stay. We got very attached. And it felt amazing knowing that he was there. I got used to him being around me. And when he started distancing from me, I noticed it. I was like, well, what did I do wrong? Like, why? Is it my fault? Is it something I'm doing wrong? And then, I'll be honest, he was drunk most of the time, so it was really hard to have a conversation with him. What can I say, right? So I kept a lot of my feelings inside. I tried to be as honest as I could with him, but it only went so far. But I also need to focus on the good things. I need to focus on the way he made me feel. I was in a very dark place. I was lost. I thought I had my shit together, but I didn't. I really didn't. I was just going in autopilot. And, one day turned into a week, 1 week turned into 3 weeks, and then a month and 2 months. And I realized that I didn't remember that whole period of time. And then he came along and he changed my life, So for that, I'm extremely thankful. And I was reading about how to let go of people, right? Not just let go of people, just let go in general. It could be of something you lost, someone who died, someone that left you, something that it's not there no more. It's just learning to let go. And we don't just meet people for no reason. We meet them for a reason. And at that time, he did bring a lot of smiles, and he did took some of the stress off my shoulders in some situations. And he gave me that kind of boost of strength that I needed to face other problems that were kind of eating me alive. And whether the feeling was fake or not, I love the way he looked at me. I love the way he touched me. I'm always going to remember the laughs and the conversations, and that brief moment of time that felt real. So thank you for that. I still think you're an asshole. And I still think that you don't know what you want, and that I do think you're a coward. But aside from that, I don't want anything to happen to you. I don't want anything to happen to anyone in your family, you know. I just wish for clarity to hit your brain eventually, and you start making the right decisions. Not the decisions that you think are gonna be beneficial for you, but the decisions that are actually gonna make you happy. And if it makes you happy, it's not gonna be easy. You're still gonna struggle. You're still gonna have to face obstacles, because nothing good in life comes easy, and you should know that by now. So I pretty sure that you made the right decision, you know. Now make it work, and don't be stupid and make the same mistake that you did before. Really do make it work out. But if you already know from now it's not gonna make you happy, you're gonna make it worse on you and on that person and other people around you guys. So that's my advice to you. You know, I'm still gonna have times where I'm gonna miss you. I'm still gonna have times where I'm gonna want to hug you and see you and touch you. But it's okay to remember that. And, you know, I learned that if I want to tell you something, you know, I just need to write it down, and that's it, you know. Just write it down, and you're just never going to really see or know that I'm thinking about you. And it could be a month, it could be 6 months, it could be a year. And I'll probably feel like I love you. But I'm not gonna need you. I'm not gonna feel like you're a drug that I need to have every day. Because it got to the point, and you know that, for both of us, it was just kind of like we couldn't get away from each other. It was so weird. I never had that feeling before, to be honest. But I did have similar experiences with someone. I guess, you know what? I'm just gonna move down all my boyfriends in my life and talk about them, the good and the bad, and how I moved on. Because, you know, it's not like we were together for like so long. You know, it was only a couple months. But I guess it's just the way that things turned out and the way that we took initiative to start things. It was bad from the beginning. It was just bad. So, thank you that I met you. Thank you that you gave me insight in a lot of things. Thank you for hurting me, because I was able to reflect on myself and reflect on things that I was doing wrong for myself, not in the relationship, for myself. And thank you for just believing in me, because I know you do. I know you think I can do a lot of great things, and I do too, to be honest. I think you can do great, but you need to let go, not be afraid. You also need to let go, and you know what things you need to let go of. Only you know. I know all of the things I need to let go. You, for starters, it's one of them. And I guess this video is me saying I am letting go. It might seem too soon for you, but it really isn't. Because like I said, it doesn't mean that I'm not hurting. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna forget you. I'll never forget you. You know, you were part of my life. You provided the good and the bad, and that balanced my life into shape again. And, you know, forever, I'm going to be forever thankful for that. So I'm never going to forget you. And there's going to be times, right now looking back at the good stuff makes me sad. and I cry sometimes. But, like I said, a few months, a year from now, I'm going to look back again and just smile and be like, wow, those were good times. Those were really good times. And I'm going to be like, shit, you really did put me through hell. And I thought my world was going to collapse, and I thought I wasn't going to be okay, but I am okay. I did good. I took the proper steps to be okay. Yeah. I just hope that, it gets easier every day. Because that's all you can do, right? Just let time do its thing. Not try to rush things. Because we did rush things between you and me, which is probably why things didn't turn out right. But now that I'm by myself and I'm trying to heal, I'm going to try to do things one day at a time. Just like I did with all my other ex-boyfriends. Some good, some bad. Some were my fault. Some weren't. Yeah. Now that actually, my goodness, doing this video does help, and it's very therapeutic. Because I know I'm gonna be okay. I know that I have been through worse, a lot worse. I've been broken to pieces many times, in many ways, by many people, and I still survived. I was okay, and I will be okay. And although I thought you were the one, I thought you were the one that will finally be there for me, not to solve my problems, but to be there for me when I need support. And I don't mean money-wise. I don't mean, material stuff. I mean that emotional support that any human being needs, right? Just having that person that you can go to and be like, I feel like shit. I had a shitty day, but I'm glad I'm home and I get to cuddle with you. Because let's be honest, I have kids. I did that before with my kids, and I put that stress on them, and then it's not fair. They're just children. So yeah. So with that, I'm just gonna end it like this. You were the last one, the most recent boyfriend that I've had. You're the most recent breakup that I've had. You're the most recent person that has broke my heart in pieces. You're the most recent boyfriend that made me smile and made me dream and made me believe that there's good and there's someone there for me. So thank you that you're not the one. Thank you that you left me, and thank you that you broke my heart, because I can learn from that. I can be a better person. I can learn a lot about myself, and when I do find the one, the true person that it's for me, and that I'm gonna be for that person, when I meet the person, I will know what to do. I don't care how long it takes. But I know there's someone there for me. There's always someone for someone. Unless you're like total, what's it called? people that live in the jungle and don't want to have any sort of relationship with anyone, well, that's your issue. But I'm pretty sure there's even someone for you too. Anyways, that was the most recent breakup I had and how to get over it. Well, actually, no, not how to get over it, but being okay getting over him, letting go. Because there's many things that you can do to let go. I've been doing yoga. I've been doing a lot of cleaning. I've been doing a lot of writing. I've been reading audiobooks. I don't know how that works. I guess listening to audiobooks, which I never done in my life. And, finding that time to do it, it's kind of amazing. I've been talking to other people. I've been talking to my family. And yeah, those are good things to start with. I'll be okay. Everyone always is. Just gotta learn from the mistakes.